So in this particular video, we are going to see how do we install Confluent platform on Google Dataproc cluster. So we will be making use of Confluent 6.1.1 version, and we will be installing it on the Dataproc cluster that we just set up. So if you go to Confluent website, you will find we have a page to download the Confluent platform. So you can always go there and download the Confluent platform and install it on your local system, and you will get a 30-day free trial for the Confluent platform enterprise version. So there are two versions of Confluent platform. One is like a community edition and another one is enterprise edition. And the third one is Confluent Cloud, which is like SaaS-based offering from Confluent, where you don't want to install Kafka on your local or on-prem. So if you want to install it on-prem, then you will be going for Confluent platform. And there are two versions that I just mentioned here. So one is community, which is free of cost, and we don't have to pay anything to anyone. And then Confluent Enterprise, you have to pay for the subscription. Now, coming back to this example, so we are going to install the platform. So we have the URL, and this URL is 6.1.1. And we are using curl command to download this on the Google Dataproc cluster that we just set up in one of the exercises. And once it is downloaded, then we will untar this. And then we will make some changes in the bash RC. And after that, we will start the Confluent services. So these are the high-level steps that are involved. So the Confluent platform has been downloaded, and we will run a command tar. Before I do that, I will just show you, yes, we have that tar file, and we will untar this tar file, and we will fire this command. Okay, so once it is executed, then I will show you the directory. Okay, so let's see. We have Confluent 6.1. Okay, so this is available. Now we will go to bash RC and we will fix some configuration, specifically environment variables we want to specify here. So we are inside bash RC and we want to specify the environment variables. For example, Confluent home we want to have, and path variable. So these two things we want to have it in the bash RC. So I'm just going down, and I can specify it anywhere, but I just want to show you like this is how the bash RC looks like. And I will go into the insert mode and I will start putting export Confluent. And here I'm saying home equals to path to Confluent. So in this case, the path is home/DataCouch. You can see where you got that directory. And within that, we have Confluent 6.1.1. So if I'm not wrong, then this is the correct path. So I can just verify it once we come out of it. And then if required, we can come back here and fix it. So I am just saying this is the path, and we have $path, and then we have $Confluent home/bin, and we can save it and exit out of it. Okay, so let me see what was the path, and there was small mistake. Let me see if I can just fix it. I got that copied, and I will go inside the bash RC again. And yeah, I think the path is fine. We will just come out of it. So let's see. We got the path and we are inside the directory. So it says that we need to execute. So one thing is I can do source bash RC. After that, this will reload all the environment variables from the bash RC file. So if I just try to run Confluent local services start. Okay, so it has started to execute. And 𝐒𝐭𝐴𝐽 is the very first service that has started, because there are other services which are dependent. In near future, 𝐒𝐭𝐴𝐽 will be removed from the Confluent platform. Apache Kafka 2.8 So this feature KIP500 is already in progress. So we want to remove the dependency on this component zookeeper. And after that, Kafka cluster is being started and schema registry, and then Kafka REST-based proxy, and then Kafka Connect. So these things are happening. So once this is all up and running, then we will be performing some verification steps in which we will create a topic. Once the topic is created, then we will see if we can list that topic. So there are a couple of verification steps that we want to do right now after this is started. So it will take some time because Kafka ecosystem is quite vast, and it contains like a schema registry, Kafka REST, Kafka Connect, ksqldb. So many services are there. So that's why it will take some time to initiate this cluster overall. This is not one single cluster, but there are multiple components, and you can have Zookeeper as a separate cluster, Kafka as a separate cluster, schema registry as a separate cluster, Kafka Connect as a separate cluster, ksqldb as a separate cluster in production environment. So this command is very convenient to run on the local system, like when you are doing local development. So then it is very easy, very convenient to just fire a single command, and then it will take care of all the services. It will boot all the services. Okay, so once ksqldb is started, then we will move on. Anyhow, we are not dependent on ksqldb server. Okay, ksqldb server failed to start. So in case you face this issue, then you can fix it. And the fix is shared in a separate video. So right now, our goal is to install Confluent platform, and for this particular ksqldb server, I will have a separate video to troubleshoot this problem. So I will take it like in a separate video. So let's see, because our core services are up and running. So we will check how it looks like. So we'll do Kafka topics, and we will create and we will specify Zookeeper, which is running on 2181. And here we can specify the replication factor for this topic is 1, because it is only one node right now. And I'm specifying partitions 1, and then topic is demo. Okay, so topic is created. That means my Zookeeper is up and running, and we can even list the topic. So topic information goes into the Zookeeper. And for listing that, I will specify list. We should be able to see this topic, and then you can produce messages, you can consume messages to ensure that Kafka core is also up and running. And this is one way to validate. So we can see the list of all the topics. There are some system topics, that's why we have __. And we have another important thing, which is like you want to see the status. You can see which all services are up and running. So we are having 2 services which are down. So we will fix this thing in the next video. And there you can see how do we troubleshoot. But otherwise, other services are good, and we are fine with that. So I'll clear everything, and I'm here. So in this particular video, we just saw like our Confluent platform. How do we install it? How do we bring it up? And how do we see the status? So all these things we were focusing in this particular video. So if you have any questions, if you face any issue, you can ask questions on the forum. And you just need to ensure that the URL that we are having is the right one, because the Confluent platform version may change. So we are testing everything on this particular version. So just ensure that you are also using the same version right now. Maybe in future, when we upgrade, then we will also upgrade this video. Thank you so much for listening to me. I will see you in the next video, in which we will be looking into the troubleshooting this particular problem.